I have outgrown my favorite skirt, but because I have a sewing machine, I can make the waist bigger, and in today's episode, I'm going to show you how I do that. First, I took the zipper off and removed the waistband. The gathers came undone, but that's okay. I'm gonna do them again real soon. I needed to cut fabric from the skirt to make the waistband longer, which meant that the center back seam and hem needed to be unpicked. I did that using my seam ripper and pressed the fabric to make it nice and flat. I took the waistband and put it on the fabric to cut another piece that was the same size. I spliced them by putting them at a right angle with each other and stitching here. It turned out to be the perfect length, which was my hip circumference plus an inch and a half for allowance and ease. I folded the waistband right sides together like this and stitched a half inch away from the edge. I then folded it in half this way, gave it a press, and stitched around it, leaving a gap. Through this gap, I passed a length of 2-inch elastic that was 3 inches shorter than my waist circumference. I purposefully went for 2-inch elastic to get a structured look. 2-inch elastic is also a lot more comfortable and form-fitting. I stitched the ends of the elastic together and closed the gap on the waistband. About a half of an inch away from the top, I stitched the waistband. I top stitched it again a little bit more than a half of an inch from the first stitch. I brought the two ends of the skirt right sides together and stitched them to create one big tube, and I finished the raw edges using a serger. I finished the raw edges on the waistband as well, and this is how it looks. Gorgeous, right? I ran some gather stitches at the top of the skirt and gathered it to a little bit more than my hip circumference. So I stitched about a quarter of an inch away from the top and then a quarter of an inch away from that at a stitch length of 5 and pulled along the bobbin threads to create gathers. You can watch this video to learn how to make a gathered skirt. I gave my waistband a press and then I took the gathering threads and tied a knot 3 times, then cut the thread close to the fabric. And then I marked the center front, center back, and the 2 side seams on the waistline of the skirt. That creates 4 points that are 4 equal lengths. I did the same thing on the waistband and then I attached the waistband to the waistline of the skirt with all 4 of the points on the waistband being in alignment with the 4 points on the waistline. I stitched them together and stretched the elastic to meet the waistline between each of the pins. If you hate sewing zippers into skirts, you have to give this a try. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to create a circle skirt using this waistband because you guys have requested that, but this was the result and I am absolutely obsessed with how it turned out. Because after all these years, I can finally wear my skirt again. Hit like, hit share, and don't forget to subscribe to the QUAINT channel for more sewing tips and tutorials. Bye!